Initially, Christian music has been set up like mainstream music, which is all or nothing sort of mentality. An artist or a label had to get up to the plate and hit a home run or at least a triple if they were going to stay in the game. And translating that to your audience or to the average consumer, if you're not a gold record or if you're not selling hundreds of thousands of units, you're really not worth the time and energy of a major label system or a major label distributor. And so that really narrows the playing field. If you don't have a tremendous amount of money, it doesn't matter how much talent or calling or anointing you feel. If you don't have the funds or someone who believes in you to provide the funds, you just couldn't play in the game. Infinity Music was based upon a model that is emerging as being a very popular model, which is a licensing model. We work with labels and or artists who have already finished their projects. Unlike many distributors, we do not invest in the product being recorded or any of the packaging or any of the pre-release expenses that are normally associated with music. Instead, we focus our energies, efforts, and resources upon the marketing and the distribution expenses related to the project. So for an artist or a band who is contemplating whether they should step into the national arena, we have a program that has variable levels of participation. If you're an established artist, like Michelle Toombs, or I just met with Zoe Girl and several of the artists from that very popular band, Kevin Max from DC Talk. We're working with Donnie McClurkin right now. We're working with Martha Manuzzi. We're working with Juanita Bynum. So whether it's gospel, rock, independent, alternative, inspirational, AC pop, it doesn't really matter. You break down into three basic categories in the distribution world. The first category being established. If you're an established artist, we're going to be able to bring to the table all of the normal co-op marketing programs that they would have experienced in, say, EMI, Word, or Providence systems. We will not be able to provide the label marketing for them, but we will be able to provide the co-op marketing, which is the product's cost to be on the shelf. And we will spend significant amounts of money in production, actually pressing the CDs, making them, actually covering the cost or advancing the expenses for manufacturing. We may advance money for marketing and tour support. We may advance a significant amount of money for the artists themselves, depending on their success and their established nature. I would call that an A-level release in our system. A B-level release is for a label who has resources and has some experience and know-how in releasing projects in the market, and they have between $15,000 and $25,000 to put towards radio promotions, publicity, tour support, etc. That type of a project will get a significant amount of attention in our system, and we will do our best to place it nationally in all of the co-op programs available. And when I'm speaking nationally, I'm really speaking about the Christian marketplace. I'm not really speaking about the mainstream big boxes like Walmart, Target, Best Buy. I'm speaking about Family Christian, Lifeway, which is a Southern Baptist chain, Mardell's, a company called Parable, another company, Berean, etc. There are several chains in the Christian marketplace that have national stores and are owned by a larger company rather than the independent mom and pop stores that would be seen on your local corner wherever you might live. So a B-level release would get a significant amount of national support in our system. We would prioritize that, and typically we'll either do manufacturing advances for them or some co-op marketing advances, but not both. Usually we'll take a smaller amount of risk on a B-level project. On a C-level release, which we call our AAA, if you will, AAA for us would be projects that have promise, that appear to be well produced, well packaged, that have groups of people around them that know what they're doing, and a sizable commitment to touring in the band or the project, but they really don't have a significant amount of resources yet at their disposal. They're maybe just getting started, or they're sort of feeling their way into this calling. And for those artists, we will do a limited release, which has very little responsibility on their part other than to provide a good product for us, and we in turn give a pretty small commitment to support it. In other words, if it sells, we'll sell it for you, and we'll do it regionally, but we're not going to go well out of our way to try and push that into the marketplace for you. We're going to wait for radio to take off, a major tour to be signed, some type of publicity that would generate national awareness, and then we'll step in and support that. So those are the three basic levels that we participate in with artists.